I want to be honest, I haven't had it all together. And my baby sound machine is on. So let me turn that off first so you can hear me better. Great start to the video, right? I thought I would have systems and rhythms and new routines and new rhythms in place by now, being 2.5 months postpartum with my third, but that just hasn't been the case. And yes, I have talking points here because if I don't make bullet points for myself, I will go off on a tangent on a topic that I didn't even plan to talk about. So this helps me stay on track. So I want to give you a life update. I want to give you some biblical encouragement and just be raw with you guys and share what I've learned in this season. So if you didn't know by now, we welcomed our third child into our home, into our life, and he has been the biggest blessing. I have 2 daughters, 5, 3, and then a son who is, of course, a newborn. And he's just such a blessing. We love him so much. His sisters love him so much. But with every new season, homemaking changes. And honestly, I feel like I'm starting from scratch. I feel like I'm starting completely over with my home structure, like, how our days go, how I run my home as the homemaker. I feel like I'm at ground zero. Honestly, I feel like a hypocrite because all the videos that I've shared on this channel so far, well, not all of them, but most of them, has been like things that have helped me transform my home life, right? As a homemaker, how to thrive as a homemaker. And not all of the things I've not done. That's not what I'm trying to say, but I feel like a hypocrite because I think back on certain videos I've made where I'm like, oh, just get ready. I saying certain things. I can't even put a pin on it, but meal planning, for example. That was one of my big struggle areas, and I got a system down for meal planning and laundry days and cleaning days, and I shared all of that with you guys, and it's helped a lot of you. It changed my life, so I shared that with you. But little do you guys know that when I got pregnant 11 months ago now, since I'm 2 months postpartum, so when I got pregnant, basically all of that has been flipped upside down, and it never really fully went back. So for almost a year now, because my pregnancy was very rough on me physically, something I did not expect, I was not able to be the homemaker that I had become. And this doesn't have so much to do with peace and joy, because I still have that, because if you've watched any of my videos, it's peace and joy aren't things that depend on your situation. It's, God gives you those things inside when you ask him for it. So I still have that, mentally, I feel like I am healthy. But just physically, my home right now, you should see the mess in this room right now. And just in the main living areas, and laundry, I'm constantly trying to catch up on laundry. Oh, are we going to talk about the elephant in the room? I'm in my pajama top filming this video. That's how real I want it to be with y'all. And yes, it's nighttime. That's why the lighting is kind of horrible, but I just cannot find the time in the daytime to film. And it gets dark so early now. And before I know it, I wake up at the crack of dawn at 5 a.m. And then I blink and it's 5 p.m. So it's yeah, I've been, this is what I'm talking about. This is why I have talking points. Let me get back to I'm going on a tangent here. Oh yeah, no, I was telling y'all I felt like a hypocrite. So I was giving a little context to why I feel like a hypocrite to my own self. Even though I know it's not, because it's a season. It just feels like it's been so long, because it has been almost a year. It's not just oh, give yourself grace postpartum, which yes, I am, but it's not just postpartum. It's been for the past 9 months too. During pregnancy, it's been very hard. So all these little rhythms and routines and things that I've done to make our home life good, not good, that's not a good word, because it's still good. Our home life is still good despite the mess. you know what I'm trying to say, right? Like stay on top of things so it's not overwhelming and stuff. I feel like that has gone out the window, but I feel like now that I am postpartum and feeling physically better to do these things, when I should be giving myself grace right now in this season, which again, I still am, it's just a little bit harder to do because it's like, okay, I want to do all the things, but there's physically not enough time in the day. I'm only one person with 3 little humans to care for. And yes, my husband does help because I know there's always those Karens out there. Let's just say it for what it is. There's always those Karens out there who want to respond to a video and be like, well, what's your husband doing? Isn't he helping? They're his kids too. And how do you think we live and eat? He has to work, and while he's working, I am taking care of the household and the children, which is most of the day. Thankfully, he took some more time off. I won't get into all that, but thankfully he is home now. So he is able to help a lot more with our children and the house and everything, but it's still a lot. And so, yeah, I'm just kind of playing catch up. So that's where I kind of feel like a hypocrite. I'm trying not to make myself feel like a hypocrite, but it's hard not to, if that makes sense. Sorry. I'm listening to see if my timer for the oven went off because I'm making bagels. They're in the oven right now. It is 7:12 p.m. for reference, if anybody cares. And yes, I'm in my pajama top and it is covered in spit up. But it's okay. Like, why change if you know you're just gonna get spit up on you again, right? No, I do shower every day though. Pretty much every day. I just haven't yet, hence the situation. Anyways, the comment y'all didn't ask for. So I realized sometimes God allows us to start over because he's teaching us dependence, not independence, and not perfection. Sometimes we try to do things, and I know I try to do things without him, and it's like, why are you trying to do this on your own? Like, just come back to me. You don't have to be perfect with your homemaking in this new season of life. You just have to depend on me to get you through it. So that's something I'm being reminded of. And also that my worth as a homemaker is not tied to how productive I am in my house. Or my worth as a mother isn't tied to how productive I am in the house. It's in my presence, how I love my family, how I show up for them, even with spit up all over me. It's how do I speak to them? How do I tend to them? Yeah, our house might be a little bit messy and no one really likes to live in a messy home, but how am I showing up for them? You know? So I'm trying to lean on that. And yeah. Psalms 127:1 says, unless the Lord builds the house, those who build it labor in vain. So I love that scripture because it's such a great reminder. Like, yes, things need to get done in the house. But again, I am freshly postpartum. And this is a season of grace for me right now. This is not the season of be super strict and disciplined and get things done. And it's like, stop trying to be so hard on yourself every day. If you're trying to do that without the Lord, you're like doing it in vain. Like every day it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be like the rat race, right? It's like you're doing, and it feels like you're always behind. So unless the Lord is with you, like whatever you're doing is in vain. You know, you're toiling for what? There's my timer. I'll be right back. Okay, we have 5 more minutes. I put the timer on for 5 more minutes. Is this lighting like horrible? I feel like it is really horrible. Wow, now I notice. I don't know, whatever. You guys hopefully aren't here to see me, but to hear what I have to say more. So what I'm learning through this, I mean, I'm learning a whole lot, but routines aren't meant to be rigid. They're meant to serve the people inside your home. Keyword, your home. Another thing is, instead of asking, what more can I do today? Sorry, my phone keeps beeping. Of course, everyone wants to text me right now when I want to film a video. No one texts me all day, and then now all the messages start flooding in. Yes, I sometimes make to-do lists in my phone still anyways. I made one today, and I didn't get nearly half of it done. I'm gonna read it to you. And this is, of course, is not everything, but it's just like certain things that I wanted to get done. Finish boxing up an order for my business and mail them out. There's actually 2 I had to do, so I did do that. Mail out something else, didn't do that because I don't have an envelope. Meal plan, grocery shop, and food prep for the week. But everything else I did not do. You know what I did do? And this goes back to the encouragement. Like, yes, we need food. We need, like, my children need to eat. So meal planning is like a good thing to do. And grocery shopping obviously has to get done, which after this video, I'll probably order some groceries on my phone to be delivered tomorrow morning instead of going to the store, which I hope to do. But again, seasons. Yes, might have to pay more money to do that, and I don't love them picking out my produce, so I might not order that, but gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. Like, I've been trying to get to the store in person for probably 4 days now, and it just hasn't happened. And that's okay. What did I do today? I might have not completed my to-do list, but I finished watching a movie with my family, a movie that we started last night. We do Friday movie nights, so we finished it today since they were tired and my husband put them to bed early last night. So we did that, and that was nice. You know, I snuggled. I got to put my girls to bed tonight, something that I don't normally do. My husband usually does. Since having our newborn, he usually goes to bed around the same time they do, so he needs to nurse. But tonight it worked out he didn't, so I got to spend some extra time with them. And, you know, during the day, what did I do? Now that I think about it, what did I do? I cannot with myself right now. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, the day just goes. I'm like, what actually did we do? I made waffles for breakfast. I made them lunch, you know. Helped them with some of their schoolwork. I don't know. We didn't really do much. We didn't do a whole lot, but you know, I was just there. You know, I was present. I was around, and there's my timer again. So if you feel like you're behind, you're not. You're just in a new season. And beautiful thing about seasons that I always say is seasons always change. You're not going to be in this place forever. I know I'm not going to be in this place forever. So I'm really trying to, okay, I was just making sure it was still recording. I'm really trying to cherish the days and just be present. Like, literally just the amount of time I stare at my son. And that's like so awesome to say, like, my son. I always thought I would be a boy mom, as you can imagine. When my first was a girl and my second was a girl, I'm like, okay, I finally got adjusted. Like, okay, I'm a girl mom now. Now I'm a boy mom. So saying like my son, like, that's just so awesome. Praise the Lord. But God is good all the time. I'm just talking to myself at this point. Yeah, I just like stare at him. Like, I remember with my first, I was on my phone so much when I was like breastfeeding or just like doing all the things or watching TV. And now I'm just like, not to say I'm never on my phone or watching TV when I'm breastfeeding him, but like, I'll just sit there during the day if like my kids and my husband are even in a different room and he even just falls asleep. I'll just sit there. And my husband, yesterday, he like brought me the remote. He's like, I'm like, what's that for? He's like, do you want the remote to put the TV on? I'm like, no, I'm good. Like, I'm good just being. And I think a lot of people have a hard time with that. This is not what I wanted to talk about. See, there I go again, about to start a whole other conversation with y'all. I'll save that for a different video. But like, I just really am just savoring all the moments. I also want to share with you that you don't have to have everything figured out to be faithful today. Be faithful where God has you today, in your situation today. You don't have to have it all figured out, okay? And that's okay. The journey of life as a homemaker and new seasons with kids and adjusting, it's messy sometimes. It's beautiful. It's messy. It's hard sometimes. It's joyful, you know, it's all the things, but you don't have to have everything figured out to be faithful in what God has called you to today. So just know that. Something, encouragement for you and for myself, is starting over doesn't mean you failed. Because all growing up, I've had a tendency to be my own worst critic. I know that I'm always very, very hard on myself. I think I've gotten a lot better in very recent years, but I have been very hard on myself. So in this season, it would be easy for me, and I'm sure some of you, to be like, you're a failure, you're not doing all the things. You know, you see this homemaker just had a baby 2 weeks ago and they're filming their birth vlog, or a day ago and they're filming their birth story the next day, and they're back into their routines. And it's like, no, that's them and that's cool, but that's not you, and that's okay. Why compare yourself to them? You're not in their life. You're not in their body. You don't know what they're going through really behind the scenes. And even if they are thriving that way, great for them. That's not where you're at right now. That's not where God has you, and that's okay. It doesn't mean you failed just because I feel like I have to start over kind of from like ground zero. I'm literally like, I kid you not, I'm watching back my own videos because I'm like, I need to learn these things, not learn because I already learned them, but like re-implement these things, and let me see what I was doing a year ago. Let me see how things were going then. And yes, it's not going to be the same because of course life isn't the same. It's changed. We've welcomed a new member to our family, and that's a great thing. But I'm literally like redoing a lot of things, like restarting over. And I feel like I'm starting my home over in a sense, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but hopefully you kind of understand what I'm trying to say and understand or relate. So if you are feeling behind like I am, if you're starting over, I'm right there with you too. And let's build homes centered on Christ, not perfection. The goal isn't a perfect home, it's a Christ-centered one. And that's the theme across pretty much all the videos on my channel. And I just have to keep reminding myself of that too. Like, it's okay. This is a season, and seasons don't last forever. So that is that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry if I rambled a bit. But yeah, that's kind of like a life update and where I'm at. Because I always want to be honest and transparent and raw with you guys. I never want to come across like I have everything together. That is all for tonight, folks. That's all for this video. If you made it this far, leave a comment, leave a heart or your favorite emoji. Give this video a thumbs up, and I am going to go and feed my baby boy now because he just woke up. See you in the next one. Always remember, God's love for you surpasses your wildest imagination. You are loved, friend. So loved, more than you even realize. See you soon. Bye.